Yo, welcome back to the channel. My name is Richard, aka K.OmodoKreate, and today I'm gonna give you my top 5 tips before you go to LA. Hey, before you forget, make sure you click that like and subscribe right now so that you don't miss out on any videos from me down the road. And today I'm filming this actually on August 24th, Mamba Day. Rest in peace, Kobe. So just to give you a bit of context, 2 weeks ago I uploaded a vlog from last year actually of our trip to Los Angeles for my birthday and also for my wedding anniversary. And in that video I shared a bunch of clips from the DJI Pocket 2, but also there's a couple of pictures that I kind of want to share in this video as I'm talking to you about these 5 tips. So let's not wait any longer. Tip number 1 is to get an eSIM. Now, a little plug here, obviously no sponsorship, but if you do want to sponsor, you know, you can holler at me, check the about, you can email me there. But the service that we use is actually called Airello. I think I said that right, Airello. So eSIMs and Airola, all they do essentially is to offer you a cellular data at a very competitive price. Now, I live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and Canadians, Canada, were known to be the most expensive in terms of cellular plans and cellular data. So eSIMs and Airola, they give you a really fantastic package. The one that we got actually when we went to LA was I think a 10 gigabyte package, and that lasted us for the whole week we were there. But actually if you're able to use it till the end of the month, the package is available for you till the end of the month. And the good thing is, if you need more, you can buy more. If you need less, well, you'll have some access. But 10 gigabyte was actually pretty sufficient for us. Maybe a little bit too much. I think we ended up using about 7 gigabytes or 8 gigabyte at the end of the day. And so we had a little bit left over. But again, the prices that they were offering it, really good steal, really good price, and really recommended. So a city like Los Angeles, you're going to be driving around a lot. You're going to be in different places. You want to be checking out different places, different restaurants, food trucks, whatever it is, points of interest. And so the GPS was so important for us, at least, as we're visiting these different places and to find information. But more importantly, just to stay connected with families, and if ever anything happens in emergency situations, you'll have access to the internet. So that's tip number 1, get an eSIM. And a little plug, Airola, holla at me if you want to sponsor this. So on to tip number 2, and that is to have a car. Now, again, this might add to your budget, but I think a car is so essential to have, especially when you're going to a city like Los Angeles. And as I mentioned, there's so many different points of interest that you want to be visiting. And unfortunately, but also fortunately, a lot of these places are dispersed all throughout the city. And so the best way for me was to have a car. Now, just a little bit of context, we were so lucky because I was staying with my auntie and uncle, and they had 2 cars, and they were willing to give one of their cars, and they're actually located, so their home is in Santa Clarita in the valley, so it's in the middle of the desert. So that trip alone for us to come from the north side all the way downtown LA would take us about an hour if there's no traffic. So there was a lot of driving that we did during our week there in Los Angeles. Now, obviously, this was our experience, but maybe for you, if you're going to be closer to the point of interest, closer to downtown LA or wherever you're going to be, and if you're with a friend, maybe they're going to be the ones driving you around, or you can take an Uber or also the public transport. Whatever it is, we have found that for us, having a car was just so easy to get up, go, and check out the other places, all the places that we wanted to check out in LA. Now, as a tip 2.A, I would suggest, if you have Google Maps, is to kind of look through Los Angeles and look at all the different points of interest that you want to be visiting, from food trucks to the beaches, to maybe places where you want to go shopping, museums, whatever it is that you want to be visiting, and kind of bunching them into different groups all throughout LA and making a whole day trip. So for instance, if you're going to be going to downtown LA, well, make it a whole day trip where you're there. Maybe you want to go visit Chinatown, Koreatown, Japantown. Maybe there's some different restaurants or food trucks that you want to be checking out downtown LA, and obviously all the stadiums, the Lakers Center. I forgot what it's called now. I don't think it's called Staples anymore. But all those areas, you kind of want to just group them together and have a whole day in the downtown area. So speaking of downtown, just as a last pro tip, hey, be careful out there. One of the things that really broke my heart when we were driving and walking around downtown was just the scene of the homeless just situation that's happening all around California, but also specifically in Los Angeles. And so just be mindful of your surroundings. Don't go into certain streets. You would know them, but yeah, just be mindful of your surroundings. For the most part, it was pretty safe. No one was really bugging us, and there's always police presence. And so, but all in all, if you're traveling, just be mindful of your surroundings. All right, tip number 3 for you. If you're going to be going to a city like Los Angeles or Florida and there's Disneyland there, don't think twice. We actually hesitated to get tickets, and we did it kind of last minute, and that was a big mistake on our end to plan that all within a day or two. And so if you're going there and you're like debating, should we go? Should we visit Disneyland? Is it worth it? It's 100% worth it. I'm gonna make another video separately just to talk about Disneyland and some of the things that we learned from there, Disney World, whatever it is. But we had a great time there. That was actually where I spent my birthday. But there's a lot of learnings that we did. We learned from that trip going to Disney World. So that will be its own separate video. But as a pro tip, if you're thinking about it, book it now, book it in advance. As you're booking your ticket, think about looking at the different deals that they have, and just book it. So tip number 4 is to find hidden beaches. Now, a city like Los Angeles, there's so many beaches that you can find. The big ones, obviously, Venice, Santa Monica, Malibu, all those big ones. But here's a pro tip. What we did actually is, like I said, we were staying with my auntie and uncle, and we were up in this northern area, Santa Clarita. I forgot the name of the whole desert there. I'll show it in the map right now. But what we did was we actually continued to drive towards the west, and along the coastline is just water and beaches all across there. And what we did was we drove all the way from the north to the south, all the way down to Malibu, actually. And we were along the coastline there for about 45 minutes or an hour in terms of driving. But we were stopping a lot, and along the way you could find just smaller hidden beaches that are less crowded and had less people. And we actually stopped by a couple of them where we were able to just relax and enjoy the water and the sand. And so for sure, visit them. But even for me personally, to be swimming and to try to relax in some of the bigger ones, it wasn't really the vibe that we were looking for. So we were able to find these smaller ones. And actually on our last day was the one that we found to be one of the best. We had to kind of go down the hill a little bit. It looks kind of hidden, but not really. There were still some people there, but it was one of the better ones that we had found to be able to just relax. So find those hidden beaches. There's so many of them, and if you want, another pro tip will be to just do that drive all along the coast. It's such a beautiful ride. Lots of people just stop by. There's a lot of street vendors there too. You can stop by and get some fruits. It's so worth it. And check out the houses in Malibu. It's nuts. It's crazy. All right, and last but not least, tip number 5. If you're a foodie like myself and my wife, you're in LA, man, you cannot go wrong with the food scene out there. So we're from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and there is nothing like In-N-Out out there. And so every day, every chance we got, we would stop by and grab a couple of fries, a couple of burgers, and we're just happy. Now, obviously, there's other places like Shake Shack and other places, other joints that you want to be checking out. There's food trucks. The taco scene there is amazing. It's incredible. Do your research. There's so many, favorites of different people. If you go on YouTube or different blogs, people have their own favorites. Honestly, we just stumbled upon just random ones as we're driving or as we're craving it at night. We just kind of look for the closest ones, and none of them failed us. Seriously, none of them failed us. Portions were just incredible. I can't say enough. And particularly for us, there was this one ramen joint. I'm gonna find the name. I completely forgot. I don't want to stop this video, but it changed my life. It's one of my favorite spots of all time. I dream of this place almost every single week. If I'm craving ramen or whatever. And it's a cold style ramen. It's a dipping style ramen. And it was recommended by my guy, Gord. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I crave that. I crave that noodle every day. So there's just so many things in LA that you can try out. we barely tried things over there, but there's so much variety, so much culture, and you can't go wrong, man. So just do your research and try to find food, style of food that you won't get anywhere else when you're gonna come back home, wherever home is. So take full advantage of the LA food culture. That pretty much wraps it up. That's all I got. Top 5 tips. Listen, if you're from California or if you've been there more often than I have and you got more tips, please comment below. Let me know, let the community know. Maybe there's a food joint or different places that I missed out on, or maybe there's something that I said wrong. Feel free to correct me and let me know. And you know what? This is all about learning, and I'd love to be able to come back again to LA, check out a Lakers game, obviously, Mamba Day. And yeah, I just love LA. I would live there for sure, if I can afford it, but I can't, so we're just gonna visit for the time being. But that pretty much wraps up this video. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, this video. We got more coming up, more reviews, more food, more travel stuff. I'm leaving to Indonesia in about 2 months, so we're gonna be grabbing some more content, some more learnings as I travel, and you know the ultimate game. We're gonna be a filmmaker. We're gonna make this our full-time thing. So thank you again for your support, and listen, never stop creating. Peace.